guys, welcome back to Juju's Oracle. Yo, I was just, catching up on my daily readings, listening into the people that I, usually tune into on a day-to-day basis or whatever. And the energy has really been chaotic for me. Really, I do keep up with astrology and what's going on with the planets and all of that. And I personally feel like I thrive better in Mercury retrograde. And don't ask me why, but I feel like that's my personal experience. And Mercury, I believe, is actually direct, and so I've been feeling a lot of energy, right? And the other day I drove to the store by myself, and the store is just literally right across the street. And I was actually happy because there wasn't any traffic. Like, I had to cross the street, and that street there is like a main street, and it can get hectic there, right? But it was a little bit later in the day, and there wasn't anybody there, so there was no traffic. There was cars in the corner store parking lot, but there was no cops or anything over there, right? So I pull into the parking lot, and they have a drive-through there. So I go to the drive-through, and I'm at the drive-through. I'm ordering my soda and everything else that I'm getting. And as he's, going in the store and getting my stuff, and I'm giving him the money, I look up because I see a flash behind me, and there's cops literally behind me, right? There is another car behind me, but I don't know. That's just like one of my greatest fears or whatever. And I've really been working on my mindset and really just trying to stay high vibrational, stay positive, and look at the positive in situations, because a lot of the times, like I say all the time on this channel, I am able to see things from multiple perspectives. And while that is a gift for me, it also can be a curse for me. And I also can see like negativity and things that can go wrong. And for any circumstance, positive is always going to be more potent. More positivity and light and love is always the stronger emotion, but hate that negativity can definitely block you from reaching positivity, from reaching a positive mind state, from reaching positive experiences, and so on and so forth. So you have to make sure that you are and what I mean by that is, like, whenever I first started really becoming cognizant of my thoughts and training my mind to think positive and to think of the best case scenario and to think of, things going the way that would be the best for my highest and greatest good, right? I had to also give myself grace for those times when that negative pattern, when that negative thinking, when that negative behavior or whatever would pop up, and just reinforce it with positivity. And I had to understand that just because I think of a negative thought or I think of a negative circumstance or outcome, when you're working on replacing those negative thoughts, those negative perspectives with positive ones, you're able to catch them more quickly. You're able to catch them more in general. And so you're able to say, hey, that was a negative thought. I'm going to replace that with a positive thought, right? Instead. And then you also have to give yourself grace for even thinking that negative thought, because you are still working through these emotions. You still are working in integrating, this new perspective and this new reality, really, and allowing that to manifest for you, right? You also have to understand that just because you think of a negative emotion or a negative thought, that doesn't necessarily mean that that is going to manifest. So if you think of something negative happening, I'm going to replace it with this positive outcome. I'm going to replace it with this positive thought. I'm going to replace that with this positive reality. Then you have to stand firm and stand in that intention that is what's going to manifest and not the negative, right? So you have to also, part of giving yourself grace is being able to let that go, release the fact that you even, had that negative thought. So that's really what I've been working on. My ancestors and my spirit guides and God, they've really been showing me, like, in my day-to-day interactions, giving me confirmation, like, that my mind is super powerful. And because I've been working on this, I've been more cognizant of it. And before I even went to the store, like I said, I don't know what it is, like, everything's cool, but getting pulled over, like, that's just one of my, I guess you could say it's a pet peeve, it's a fear. I just don't think that that's a good experience for me. So that's something that would always run in the back of my mind, right? And it's just like, just the trauma from, just these different videos that happen on online and things like that, all that fear mongering. I just don't want that experience. My ancestors and my spirit guides, literally whenever I was going to the store, there was no traffic, there was nobody on the road with me. I looked in the parking lot before I approached the parking lot. There were no signs of any, issues, problems. There were no cops over there at the time. But as soon as I pull into the drive-thru, all of a sudden there was actually a line behind me. So much had already gone on, but I missed it, right? As I was ordering what I was ordering from the drive-thru. And then when I came home, I'm like, wow, like my mind is super powerful. I'm thinking this in my mind. I'm like, yo, there's cops there. I was all nervous and stuff like that. And I was like, but they weren't worried about me, because they really weren't worried about me. And then later on, like I said, I was catching up on my getting some information on the energy and stuff. And yeah, it really just confirmed. And so my ancestors and my spirit guides, they've been showing up. And because you have to understand, if you don't believe in magical things, if you don't believe in magic, then this is not the channel for you. I'm a mystical being. I'm a magical being. Miracles happen in my life. Miracles happen for me. Miracles happen to me and the people and the things that I'm attached to. So when people come over here and they try to do all that fear mongering stuff, it really does not work. But like I said, I get confirmation day in and day out on me being on the right path, on me, doing what it is that I'm supposed to do. And our ancestors and our spirit guides, your spirit guides, they will shapeshift. So if you've been getting different, like seeing birds, ladybugs, and butterflies, and fireflies, that's another thing that I've been seeing. Cats, dogs coming up to you, different animals, those may be familiar spirits, those may be familiars. You could meet somebody could come up to you in a grocery store, and it could be one of your spirit guides, one of your ancestors shapeshifting to give you a motivational word. Or it doesn't necessarily have to mean that they have shapeshifted into that person, but that person could be, it's a lot of these different crossings of paths and situations, and these people that we meet, they're destined to come across us on our path, right? So when you get those good motivational words, when you have those random heartfelt conversations with random people, those situations, those are divine intervention, those are divinely led and divinely guided, right? Those people are divinely guided to come up to you and tell you their story, or they're divinely guided to come up to you and give you a compliment, or they're divinely guided to pay for your dinner, or they're divinely guided to pay for your drink. So you have to, and another channel message that I actually did have, but I deleted it because I'm starting over from a clean slate, was that the enemy is loud, but God whispers. God is quiet. God is in those small, minute details that we miss in our day-to-day interactions and in our day-to-day life, when we get so bogged down by the matrix and by these 3D emotions and perspectives and things like that, that we're not showing gratitude, that we're not practicing being mindful, that we're not practicing having gratitude, right? And so we always have to ground ourselves and center ourselves and remember that where we are right now is necessary. And not only is it necessary, but you should be grateful for it, because it is a huge part of your testimony, right? And you just have to look around and you'll see different confirmations and things like that. Because if you listen to me, automatically there is something either awakened in you or waiting to be awakened in you, because you have been through some things, you are currently going through some things, and you're trying to find answers, you're trying to find your way out. And kudos to you. But your spirit guides, your ancestors, and God, they want to have a personal relationship with you. And I'm just here as a channel because I have opened myself up to God and to my ancestors and my spirit guides of the highest white light to assist me during my journey and my path, right? And I can tell you that miracles have continued to happen for me. Like, miracles have been happening for me since I can remember, right? I've always known that I was a child of God, that I'm blessed, that I'm favored. But since I really tapped in, I'm able to see those miracles. I'm able to see like little minute motivational confirmations and things to keep me going from my ancestors and my spirit guides and things of that nature. And I just continue to learn and to grow and to give myself knowledge so that I know how to hone in on my gifts, and so that I know what's my energy and what's that of the enemy. Because since I have opened up my platform in my life really to, being a more spiritual person, and I don't even consider myself to be a spiritual teacher because, I'm still learning myself, right? even before I opened up myself to channel these energies and give you guys the motivation and give you guys the perspective that I have and give you guys the knowledge that I have, I've been getting psychic attacked and spiritually attacked, ever since I was a child. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about my personal journey and how I know the things that I know and why I know the things that I know, and et cetera, a little bit later down on the line on my channel. But just to let you guys know, like, I am a spiritual warrior, and anybody that's attached to me, anybody that likes me, anybody that listens to me, you also are a spiritual warrior. So you're not coming here to siphon my energy. You're not coming here to get your ego fed. You're not coming here to get vanity or feel vain or any of those low vibrational. This is simply and purely here to motivate you to get going on your personal journey, because that's what my spiritual teachers and my mentors and the people that God has placed in my path to, motivate me and assist me and give me knowledge have done for me. It's always about empowerment, right? And like I said, I'm here to find peace on my channel, and I'm here to help people find peace and stay in peace on my channel, right? And here to really help uplift the collective. Through my experiences and through the knowledge that I have, I know that I will be able to do so, and I'm super excited that, you guys allow me the platform to use my voice. Again, I just want it to be very clear that I'm not here to preach to anybody. I'm not here to teach to anybody. I'm simply here to let you know what it is that you may be not seeing properly, or what you may need to hear from another perspective, or et cetera, right? So if you feel any weird energy, if you feel any fear, any doubt, release the fear, release the doubt, and understand that you are truly being taken care of. You have nothing to worry about, and even the things that you feel like you have to worry about, they can be transmuted to work out for your greatest and highest good, right? So, for example, like, I thought my negative thinking would have had me feel like, this situation is going to happen to me. I'm going to get pulled over, even though I literally just pulled into the parking lot. Like, it was literally, it was crazy making. It was asinine thinking. Then I got home and I had to ruminate a little bit more, and I had to calm myself down, calm my nerves. And then it's like, no, girl, here's the confirmation. That was us. And you need to chill out, and you're always being watched. You're always being protected. Like, that's literally all that was. But like, yeah, the energy was like, yeah, you got to tighten up. It's time to straighten up. It's time to pick that chin up, pick that head up. I'm just here giving y'all the message, like, look around, look for the confirmations, really tap in, do your meditations, do your prayers, and ask God to send you your spirit guides and your ancestors of the highest and white light to assist you and to help you on your journey. Everything is not negative. Everything is not demonic or low vibrational, especially when it comes to spirituality. Like, you have to understand, when you are an earth angel, when you are here to fight the good fight for the Lord, for God, then you have to understand that there is also a legion. There is also an army behind us, a whole entire army. So you can't just think that just only God is, you also are an emanation of God. Do you understand that? So we have to stop being so judgmental of ourselves and of each other. And that's really what religion for me really did, was stifle my growth and stifle my perspectives and stifle my personality and my intelligence and the level in which I could go and grow in order to learn and to understand these things, and in order to understand myself. So I really do not judge anybody for their decision to not want to, partake in these things, but I also don't judge people for their decision to want to partake in these things. And I personally understand from a personal perspective that it is not negative. Just because you look into your astrological sign and your birth chart to really understand yourself and your personality, that does not make you a demon or a crazy person. These are all philosophies and sciences and perspectives and ideologies and every kind of ology that you can think of that God created. So what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of yourself? Are you afraid of what you might find? It's purely ego, if you ask me. I want to know everything I can possibly know about myself and others. And not in a crazy way, but in a way to where I am more self-sufficient, to where I am more valuable to myself and others, to the collective, right? And I have been able to do that more. I'm more confident in myself. I'm more confident in what I know. I'm more confident in what I speak. I'm more confident in my purpose and in my destiny, because there has been certain things that I've seen and I've read and I've looked at and I've heard that let me know I'm on the right path. Oh, I'm looking into these things because this is what I'm supposed to be doing, not because this is coming from an ego-based perspective, right? So really just open up your heart and open up your mind to those different things, you guys, and take a look at it. That's just like how so many of you guys that watched the video of mine that has like over 100K views on it now, about why you're favored by God. You guys were saying you were looking for answers, you were looking for confirmation, you were in your darkest hour, you were at your last straw, and you came across my video. And many of you guys, you scrolled past it 3, 4, 5 times and it still popped up in your newsfeed. Why do you think that is? But it's not just the algorithm. Everything is not a coincidence. You were divinely led, you were divinely guided to my channel so that you could hear these messages, so that you could get the information and the knowledge that you need in order to empower yourself, in order to move forward. See, there's people out here that want to empower you in order to empower themselves, and that's fine. I don't see anything wrong with that, because we all got to make a way for ourselves. We all got to make a living, and we all deserve happiness and peace and joy. But when you're not coming from a good intention, when you're coming from a space where you want to keep the collective and karmic loops and you want to give them negativity all day long, and you want to just beat their heads in with different philosophies and perspectives that are not for their highest and greatest good and not for the evolution of us all, then what purpose does it really serve? That's why I'm not here to say that I'm different, but don't talk to me crazy, because again, while I'm trying to rid myself of these karmic cycles and these karmic loops and these generational curses and patterns and behaviors that I'm breaking personally, and I still have to come online and read different comments saying that I'm this and I'm that, and well, you're a spiritual teacher, so you must be a narcissist too. And it's crazy, because how could that be so? I'm trying to empower you, so make it make sense. I'm already empowered. I'm now trying to empower you through the knowledge that I have. Like I said, you could go to somebody that's going to tell you that you're doing everything right and that you're not wrong in any of the situations, not holding you accountable, not letting you know that it's okay to give yourself grace in order for you to hold yourself accountable, and somebody that's going to really boost your ego and validate you in all the ways that you feel like you need to be validated. But that's not what I'm here for. You also can go to somebody that's going to tell you about all the negative things that are going on in your life and just, really just beat your self-esteem and make you really insecure and make you think of all the things that you don't have and all the people that don't like you and this, that, and the third. But that also, you're not going to get anything out of that. So let's think about solutions and let's really get to work. A lot of people, they don't really like my approach, and they don't like the fact that I talk about God, but yet I do other things. And you guys have to understand that everybody does not think the same, but yet we all understand, at least on my channel, we all understand that there is a higher power that is guiding us and that is, teaching us and leading us to the promised land, to our personal peace, to our personal freedom, to our personal joy, to our personal happiness. And I'm in agreement with that. But I want to empower people that are on that journey for themselves. If you're not on that journey, then you're not going to understand what I'm saying. You're not going to want to take in this information because you're simply not ready yet. And you're not going to allow me the space and the freedom to do that myself. Like, for instance, people saying things like, oh, you're charging or you're getting paid for this or something like that. And it's like, okay, are you upset about that? I've been grinding on this channel you can see how long I've been uploading videos on this channel, and you can see how long I've had this channel. So I've been on this channel for a long time, since I've been on YouTube. I've always been the type of person that empowers others, uplifts others. I'm goofy. I show my personality. I network. I'm all of those things. I'm bubbly. So you'll probably see different comments that I leave on people's channels and things like that. And that's me. That's my authentic personality. That's my authentic self. That's my authentic feelings. One thing about me, cancel culture can't touch me because I'm walking in my purpose. That's period. You can't cancel me. You didn't put me on. I wasn't put on by anybody. God is putting me on. God is what's always going to provide for me. Only God can be the cause of my downfall. I could have still been pushing and chugging and putting out beauty content and putting out lifestyle content and going against the grain and going against what I was divinely guided and being screamed in my ear to do, right? And I would have still been grinding, probably still trying to reach 600, 800 subscribers, right? But I'm not. And that's because I listened. That's because I opened myself up as a channel to listen and to understand and to get the knowledge and to get the understanding and to have grace for myself and others. So I still have grace for people when they have these, comments and things like that. But just understand, like, I'm not the one. You're pointing your fingers. You're upset at the wrong person. And that's really what my channel is really about, because while we're all down here yelling and screaming at each other and killing each other and doing all of this crazy stuff, there is a higher purpose and there is a higher being. And we have to get back to knowing that and walking in that knowing and really understanding that, so that we can have better experiences, so that we can make better decisions for ourselves and for the collective as a whole, right? Because I don't really know who's running this machine, this rock that we're on. It seems like we all have our own spaces that we find ourselves in on this planet, and there's certain people that run things there, and we kind of just have to go along to get along. No matter where you are in the grand scheme of things, whether you are religious or whether you're not, whether you are light or whether you're dark, whether you are, whatever your creed, your color is, it doesn't matter. But you have an opportunity in your own life to create your own reality, to shift your mindset, to level up your focus, to level up your discernment, to level up your gifts, to level up your experience and how you experience miracles and how you experience God and how you experience the earth and the universe to move on your behalf, right? And I'm going to say for me, like, I'm really just leveling up my mindset and really leveling up what I see for myself, right? Because God sees so much more for me than I see for myself. And the same is for you. The same is for everybody. We make plans and God laughs right in our face. But we don't know. We're just still making plans, So really take that into account and think about, lately, if there's been a time where you psyched yourself out of something, or you thought that you couldn't do something, or you had negative emotions, negative thoughts in regards to something, and it almost manifested or it did manifest for you. How did that make you feel? Because you guys, our minds are super powerful, but spirit will come in the nick of time. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, they will come in the nick of time as, channels, as vessels to show you that you are not alone, that you are being watched, you are being protected, and that you are right where you need to be. All right. So thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you guys so much for your support. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.